Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai. Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai.
The art of teaching is the art of discovery. With that being said, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. We are back with our second day faculty development program. We had huge response and received excellent comments from our participants for yesterday's session. Myself, Ramya, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, shall be a host for the day. I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and faculties of various institutions on art of effective teaching. I welcome our speaker for the day, Mr. V. Duraikannan, Vice President, MS Infiniti Software Solution for this prestigious event. Before we commence, I would like to inform all the participants that the feedback and assessment form will be available in YouTube description box at the end of the session. You are requested to complete and submit the form before today's 6 p.m. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate for participating will be sent to register email within 3 working days. I now like to call upon Dr. J.M., Head of the Department, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ramya. A very good afternoon to one and all. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Department of Human Resource Management, for the second day of our Faculty Development Program on Art of Effective Learning. On behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management, we thank our Honorable Chairman, Pro-Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam, our President, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Madam, for their guidance and support. I would like to thank all the other dignitaries of our campus. Leaders create awareness in their followers about the great potentials they carry and how to release them for the benefit of all. Leaders are motivators. All these words comes true for an excellent leader who always trusts us and makes us to learn and do our work in an effective way. He is none other than our Dean, Dr. S. Manivannan. Thank you so much for your guidance and support, sir. Reskilling focuses on teaching employees new and upcoming skills to do a different or more advanced jobs. Today, to enrich our knowledge and to give a clear focus on how to reskill our future, we have here with us an eminent speaker, Mr. Duraikannan, Vice President from Infiniti Software Solutions. We feel pride and honor to welcome you, sir. So on behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management, Dr. M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, we thank you and welcome you, sir. A heartfelt welcome to all the other participants from all over the world. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all other dignitaries, my colleagues, and technical support people who always help us to make all the program a grand success. Hope this session will enrich and make all of us to reskill our future. I am also waiting along with you all to hear it from our eminent speaker. I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. It's time to introduce our chief guest. I now call upon Ms. Naveta Rajat, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, to introduce our eminent speaker. Over to you, Naveta.
Good afternoon, one and all. It's a great privilege to introduce our eminent and honorable chief guest for the day, Mr. V. Duraikannan, Vice President at Infiniti Software Solutions Private Limited. Our resource person is an aviation professional with 41 years of rich, rewarding, and multifunctional experience and expertise. A man of vision and action and believe in the immense potential of people for greater achievement. Our speaker is qualified with master's degree in English language and literature. Mr. V. Duraikannan started his career as a traffic assistant in Indian Airlines and rose up to the level of senior traffic superintendent and had worked in all the sections of the commercial divisions. He had undergone a wide spectrum of trainings like ticketing, departure control system, dangerous cargo handling, and customer focus. He was a founding member of Quality Circle for Indian Airlines and initiated the concept of corporate selling. Our resource scholar has also worked in Jet Airways for 9 long years and worked as the first HR regional manager for South India. He also initiated a host of HR developmental activities apart from the trade related IR and other government compliances, and had personally trained a wide cross section of staffs and managers on various skills and needs. Many thanks, and I'm humbled and honored for your presence here today, sir. On behalf of the department and our university, I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Niveda. Now, the most awaited time has arrived. Without any further delay, I welcome our speaker for the day, Mr. V. Duraikannan, to proceed with this presentation. Sir, you can take over the session.
Thank you. Good afternoon to one and all of this great university. A special thanks to Dr. Jayam and other faculties for having invited me over here. So we start from here now. We'll start sharing the presentation. Are you able to see the screen now?
No, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
No?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
The topic given to us is reskilling for future and art of effective teaching. And there are two things on our radar. Number one is reskilling for future. On the other hand, how to effectively make this reskilling available for the generation. Normally, we talk about BC versus AD, that is before Christ, versus anatomy, that is before Christ and after Christ, we talk about. But today's scenario is like it is BC versus AC. I'm sure you could guess what this AC BC is. Basically, before Corona versus after Corona or COVID. Okay, what is happening here? Tremendous change. History is rewritten now. The new narrative is foreboding so many dangers ahead. First and foremost, 1 in every 10 jobs will go. It's already disappearing. And by year 2022, we'll have about 10% jobs cut, by and large. Many of the existing jobs will evolve, and 37% of the workforce are likely to be deployed in different roles, and they need to rise to the occasion. Otherwise, they are going to become extinct like dinosaurs. So the role played by teachers is of paramount importance in that they need to reskill this younger generation to take on this formidable future. The question today is not unemployment. Everybody talks about unemployment, but that is not the issue. Issue is basically unemployability. That's a bigger problem facing us. If you look at that, more than 50 lakh students graduates every year, and this year, in fact, 85 lakh students have graduated or graduating. But the unfortunate fact is more than 50% of the students are unemployable because for the simple reason they lack basic employability skills. Today's world is very aptly described as the VUCA world. VUCA is, the four elements of VUCA are, number one, it is highly volatile. The environment is quickly changing and highly uncertain also. It requires us to take action without certainty. We don't know, we can't plan and do things. Like we were all taken aback. In the beginning, when the year started 2020, people were so very hopeful that we are going to be one of the best times. But what we are seeing is the contrary. So it is totally uncertain times. And then highly complex as well. The environment is dynamic with many interdependencies. We do not know how it is going to be. And a very, very ambiguous feature is staring us in the face. So in face of all these kind of volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguities, how are you going to manage ourselves? And what is the role teachers play in taking up these challenges? We talk about skills. What are the top skills? You look at the list 2015, that is 5 years ago, what are the top skills required? There are so many listed out, like complex problem solving, coordinating with others, people management, this and that. 5 years down the line, look at 2020, scenario changes now, but the first thing remains the same. Complex problem solving remains the same. Maybe the other things have rearranged here and there, but by and large, what this world requires is basic problem solving capabilities. So how we are preparing our students to take on the problems and what kind of solutions they can provide, that is going to make the difference. But unfortunately, if you look at that, the very students are the problem nowadays. Rather than problem solving, they become the problems. We have the unemployability on one hand, and then underemployment, then ill-fitting the job, and then if at all they are getting into the job, they are neither happy nor the employees are. Why this kind of situation is happening? So how are you going to tackle this issue? That is what we are going to look at that. There are two things. Number one, reskilling this generation. Number two, how effectively we make this happen. There are so many things happening around. We talk about trends for 2020. These are the various trends listed out. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, we talk about RPA, edge computing, all these things. So especially from the perspective of an engineering college like M.G.R. University, you need to kind of look at all these kind of trending things happening. But the problem is there are enough number of institutes, enough number of faculties around to teach all these skills. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything. But the issue is we have a great what to do list, but we don't have a how to do list. How to prepare and future proof our youngsters. How to prepare the skill set, the ability to do something. Skill is defined as the ability to do something. Okay, that is expertise. So the students, are they experts? Only an expert can develop another expert. The question again invariably comes back to us. Are we the teachers are expert enough to train them? So never ever teach them what to learn, but teach them how to learn. There's a big difference, a world of difference between learning and teaching. Teaching is not just the other end of learning or the other way around. We don't need to teach them. We need to teach them how to learn. You look at this picture, a simple diagram of a tree. The height of a tree is directly proportional to the depth of its roots, the root node. If you draw the picture of the earth, you can see that exactly 50% of the tree is above the earth, and then the remaining 50% is under the earth. The highest branch reaching out and the deepest root reaching out will be of the same length. What does it mean to us? Let me stop sharing it for a while. Am I audible enough? Host?
Yes, sir.
Please?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Sir, I can hear you.
Hello?
Sir, yes, sir. So you can proceed with your presentation. We can hear your audio. Now you can start sharing your screen.
Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai. 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 Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai.
I would like to inform all our participants that due to some technical issues, our chief guest has facing few technical issues. I kindly request all our registrants to wait for another couple of minutes. Our chief guest will be back and continue with his session. So apologies from our side. So I kindly request all our participants to wait for another 2 or 3 minutes so that our chief guest will continue with his session. I repeat, I kindly request all our participants to wait for another 2 to 3 minutes due to a technical problem. We are facing a network issue here. Our chief guest will be back or he will be available in another 2 or 3 minutes. So I kindly request all our registrants to wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. Apologies from our side. Thank you.
நாளை நமதென்று சொல்லுவோம், நல்ல பாதையில் செல்லுவோம். கல்வியே கண்கள் என்றுமே புது தலைமுறை நாம் பெயர் சொல்லுமே. MGR.
Dr.M.G.R.Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai.
நாளை நமதென்று சொல்லுவோம்.
Hello, back again.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yes, sir. You can
Yeah.
start sharing your screen.
Yeah. Visible now?
Yeah. No, sir. Not yet.
Now?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. This is the story of LKG. In fact, I was visiting a nursery school and had a meeting with LKG teachers, a group of 10 of them. And I was just casually checking with them, what does LKG stand for? A basic question. They were laughing. I asked them, tell me, what does LKG stand for? And then they started giving the expansion. They told lower kindergarten. But the problem is, some of them were telling it is lower kindergarten. Some of them were telling it is lower kindergarten. So as to which one is right, they were not too clear. And then finally, we came to the conclusion that it is lower kindergarten. It is spelled with the T, not D. Okay, but some of them were not aware of the fact that it is spelled with the T, but they were spelling with D. So this is the status of the teachers, and these are the hands at which our children are going to learn. So right from day one, they are going to be off track. That is why, I was just checking with them again. What does this kindergarten mean? What an explanation some of them were giving. Kinder, they said it is kinder, not kinder. And the explanation, it's a highly kind of presumptive explanation. They were telling at home, mostly both the parents are busy, office goers, so they are not able to be spending time with the kids, and perforce they are not very kind to the children. They send them to school, and here we treat them a little more kindly. That is why it is kinder garden. That's the explanation some of them are giving. Okay, what about garden? Garden is German for garden. That again, it was not known to everybody. And then after explaining that kinder is basically a German word for plural for kind. German kind means child. So basically it is children garden or nursery, the other name. So this is what the problem is. We need to go back and revisit. Let us go back to our roots. Let's have everything clear, because we are going to train and teach these people, and they should be rightly taught, rightly trained. If we are not going to be clear about what we are doing, the end result will be very, very awful. Okay, then I spent some time with them explaining Froebel was an ardent follower. Froebel was the father of the concept of kindergarten. He was a German, and then he named it as kindergarten, meaning it is children's garden. And then he was coming with ideas of toys and called gifts for the children, because he was calling it kindergarten from Pestalozzi. Who was Pestalozzi? He was a Swedish education reformer who insisted on personal attention with respect to each and every individual child. So it takes a lot of effort from the teacher side also to understand what they are doing it. Then the ethos get into the system, and then that is going to be manifested in what they do on day-to-day basis. So look at this picture. This is Patrick White. He was a Nobel laureate from Australia. He won a Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1973. He was the one who was telling, I forget what I was taught. I only remember what I have learned. So there is no point in kind of teaching them because they are going to forget it. They are going to remember only whatever they are going to be learning at your feet. So please teach them how to learn. Don't ever teach them how to, straight away teach them. Don't get into straight teaching them because they aren't going to pick anything from you. Teach them how to learn and they are going to be thankful to you, like Patrick White. Look at the various terms for our teacher. Probably once we understand what this each and every term means, I think that is explaining more than half of what you are supposed to be doing to the children. Guru is the common word. It's an internationally understood word for teacher. Guru is nothing but guru. Gu is darkness. Ru is remover of darkness. At no point of time they're talking about teaching the children. Guru is supposed to be removing the darkness. I'll come to its Tamil counterpart a little later. Acharya is supposed to be the preceptor. Charan is step. Okay, he's showing the way. He is a preceptor. Adhyapak. Vidyarthi is the student, Adhyapak is the teacher. He is helping to teach. Upadhyay, that's another term for teacher, meaning Upa is assisting by alongside. Okay, in the teaching process, he is assisting. The best term I like for teacher is pedagogue. Pedagogy is the art of teaching, the method of teaching. It's a Greek word meaning pedo is child, agog or gog means guide or somebody who accompanies. A teacher is explained as somebody who is accompanying the child in his journey, not somebody who is standing above and then dictating terms to him. No. Same way, mentor is another term meant for teacher. The very word mentor means mind. In fact, the mentor comes from the Greek, that mythological stories where that Odyssey or Ulysses' son, he is given into the care of the philosopher. His name is mentor. From there only we get the name mentor. The other word, educator. Educate. If you look at the word educate or the education part of it, the root word is educe. To educe means to take out. Duct is the pipe. To educe means to take something through the pipe out. Okay, so education basically means taking something out, not putting something in. The same way, teacher is one who shows. It is basically the Hindi root word, deka, dika, tika, teach, comes from that tika. He is showing, he or she is showing to the child how to learn. So these are the various terms which explain what a teacher is, and understanding them will definitely help us see what we are supposed to be doing it. In Tamil, I'm sure most of you are able to read Tamil. Maybe one or two who is not from this part of South India may not know it, but otherwise, Asiriyar, you check with the same teachers, including the Tamil teachers, what Asiriyar means. Most of them do not know. It is Asu Iriyar. Asu means what? Asu means defect or fault. It is there in that 503rd Tirukural. It is there. Ariyakatru Asu Atrar. Asu Katrar. Asu Atrar. Asu means a defect. So by and large, the role, the prime duty of a teacher is basically to remove the defect, to show the light on them so that they start understanding things. So reskilling is basically we need to tell them what they are capable of, how they are doing it, and then give the course correction to them. We don't need to be teaching everything to them. Just show them how to learn and they will do it. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression knowledge. That is from Albert Einstein. Look at this picture. What do you see? You can see some raindrops, some cats and dogs. So obviously it refers to the English idiom. It is raining cats and dogs. First ever time when I learned of this phrase was when I was doing my first year graduation. That's the time I was basically a Tamil student, a Tamil medium student. So English was something strange when we got into college. So there, our teacher was showing this picture and teaching us because he was entering the classroom from a heavy rain and he was telling, I got drenched and it is raining very heavily, and this is what it is, raining cats and dogs. So this is how he explained, and then he asked us one more question. That question is, he was my teacher. He recently passed away. Cats and dogs may come from the Greek expression kata doxa, meaning contrary to experience. If it is raining cats and dogs, it is raining unusually or unbelievably hard. So now the question he is asking, we, the students, my classmates and myself, he was asking, it is raining heavily and I am describing it is raining cats and dogs. If it is raining even more heavily, even more fiercely, even more thunderously, what are you going to call it? See, now he is setting the students thinking. Now we came back with the response on our own. He just told about cats and dogs, and then he made us in the minds of the students and let them start kind of going that. Media is a little weird, but still, let me ask you. Something happened on this day. How many of you are able to recollect what happened on this day? 2 p.m. And you remember these olden days radios? This is what happened. Of course, it is 51 years now. And from somewhere in the deeper interior side of Salem district in a school, Brother Raphael, who was our headmaster, he was putting on the radio, bringing all the students around right in the morning, just to listen to the voice of America, and we were not understanding what was going on here. He was listening to that kind of broadcast and then interpreting, translating verbatim, word for word to us to understand what is happening. So that is why even after 50 long years, I'm able to recollect how that Armstrong, a 30-year young research pilot, was piloting that module and then traveling all the way from Earth to Moon, all the 240,000 miles in 76 hours, and how he landed over there. So this is the way the teachers were taking pains to kind of teach, to make them understand. When this teacher, he was our headmaster, Brother Raphael, so he was teaching this through a media, and then what was happening? Parallelly, he was also kickstarting an interest in space odyssey. So we started kind of getting involved into what is his moon, what is his sun. Then it took some years for us to realize that even though sun and the moon are looking more or less same size for all of us from the earth, the sun is 400 times bigger than moon. But how is that they are looking the same? Then that made us think, because in spite of being 400 times larger, the sun also looks more or less the same size of moon, because it is 400 times farther away from moon as it is from us. So this is how the teachers are making us think. Now we are becoming thinking beings. We are not anymore kind of learning by rote. We start understanding what is what, then the joy of knowledge kicks in. So I am appealing to all our teacher brethren over there, sisters, to make a Webster of your students. You all know that who this Noah Webster was. Webster dictionary you have seen. Webster is the compiler of the first ever American dictionary. The first ever English dictionary was done by Dr. Samuel Joseph in 1755. Okay, after some 70 years lapse, the American Webster came with that dictionary. Webster dictionary is now a probable dictionary for all of us. And what do you mean by to make a Webster of our students? For the simple reason, during his school days, Webster was nicknamed by his teachers as the walking question mark. He used to be asking questions for anything and everything which he was not understanding or which he was seeing for the first time. He used to be questioning his teachers. What is this? Why is it so? Why the plural for house is houses, but for mouse it is mice? He used to ask questions. Thereby the learning starts. So as we are talking about reskilling, we need to kind of reawaken the spirit of questioning in the minds of our students. The essential learning is all about only these 5 W's and 1 H. Why, what, when, who, where, how. You just ask these 6 questions. Let the student ask these 6 questions. Automatically, his knowledge is going to be of encyclopedic range. Just looking at this is a means of reaching from one point to another point the fastest means. Okay, why an aircraft? Because one wanted to kind of enhance the mode of transport. Okay, how the aircraft was invented? Who invented? Wright brothers. Where was it invented? In a place called Dayton in Ohio. And then from questions, you can lead on to questions. The moment you mention Ohio, the guy is going to ask, what is Ohio? Ohio is one of the 50 states. How many states? 50 states. And then the question starts, okay, what are the 50 states? So one thing will lead to another. That basically, the more and more questions your students are going to be asking, the more and more they are going to learn. Only thing, it demands from our end that we also should be ready to kind of answer the questions. It's very, very simple. The IQ of the students, not only students, anybody for that matter, is by and large decided by the age of 6, they say. Whatever your child's IQ at the age of 6 is going to be his more or less IQ for his entire gamut of life. Why? It doesn't vary much after the age of 6. So it's very, very important that now fundamentally we create that kind of IQ opening up. The reason the IQ is frozen or gets frozen at the age of 6 or 7 is, up to the age of 6 or 7, the child is asking questions. Child is asking 1,001 questions. In fact, and questions a day. I'm sure all of you people who are married and having kids will know how many questions your kids are asking you. 1,001 questions. They go on ask questions and questions. Endless questions. Weird questions. Okay, thereby they learn. The moment the child gets into school, what is happening? The child is being asked questions. What is the capital of India? Who is the first chief minister of India? The download. This kind of question, the child is being asked, his learning stops. Now he is supposed to be picking up stuff from whatever books and then reproduce it. He has lost the art of questioning and learning. Having answers is knowledge. Asking questions is intelligence. Knowledge, most of the people are knowledgeable. You need only the Google to help you. Answer is the result. Question is the origin. Look at this. Google can answer any question in the world. You throw up any question, Google is ready with answers. But it cannot ask you back a single question. The questions were asked by these 2 gentlemen to reawaken our intelligence. As teachers of this generation, you have a very, very highly responsible thing on your shoulders. Reason is you need to develop their attitude as well. It is not only aptitude, but attitude, skill versus attitude. You all know that people get hired for their skills, but then they get fired for their attitude. So you need to develop their attitude. Eventually, what matters is 89% the skill sets, the attitude. Skill set is only about 11%. 89% is how the temperament is, how coachable, how teachable they are, how emotionally they are well balanced. All these things only they can learn from teacher. That is why when we sit on interviews also, if somebody is claiming that they are BA or MA or MCA, BCA, the first question is which university, which college you are from. And suppose they say that no, it's by 50%, because they could have learned that subject, but they have not picked up the necessary soft skills as they are picking up from an interactive classroom mode. It makes a lot of difference between somebody who has gone to a college, studied at the feet of a teacher, and then somebody who has done the course through this kind of remote or e-learning. We can learn the subject, not the attitude. That has to be learned from the teacher. So you need to be an eager student forever to be an excellent teacher forever. There again, there is another message: forever, forever. Forever as one word means continually, forever as two words mean eternally. So you have a very, very highly responsible role. They always talk about Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Even though hierarchically you come in third place, you are the this Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam, that was taught by the teacher first. So in fact, you take
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Sir, can you hear me? I think again there's a network problem going on. Excuse me, sir. Are you able to hear me? Dear participants, kindly excuse us. There's high network problem going on. That is the reason our chief guest is unable to connect with you. So I request everyone to wait, and on behalf of the department, I sincerely apologize for all the delays. Sir,
yeah, please, ma'am. Yes, madam. No, that was the
sir.
PPT part is over. Now we
All right, sir.
open the floor.
Sir, actually, your
Question and
audio is not heard. Your audio is not very clear, sir.
right? Okay, 1 minute. Let me fix it. Is audio okay now?
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Hello? Is audio
Yes,
okay
sir.
now?
You can.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
sir.
A lot of disruptions working from here. Yeah. Tell me, madam, let's have the floor open for questions, answers.
Question answer session. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would like to call upon Ms. Nevita Rajit to take over the question and answer session.
Thank you, Ms. Ramya. Dear participants, if you have any questions or queries to ask to our speaker, you can You can type those questions in the chat box. I repeat, question answer session is going on. Dear participants, if you have any queries or questions to ask to our speaker, you can type it in your comments box or in your description box. Miss Monali, the PPT will not be shared, but this video will be ever available in our YouTube channel, so you can watch it at any moment.
Now, if on the PPT I can mail it to you, you can share it down whoever wants.
Sure, sir, definitely. So, Miss Sharmila has asked, what is the effective teaching?
No, effective teaching is basically you need to create the joy of learning from the student's side. Okay, an eternal quest for knowledge, that thirst for knowledge has to be there. So you need to create that. This world is wonderful, and day in, day out, there are so many things happening around. And once that joy kicks in, there is no looking back.
Thank you, sir. There's one more question from Mr. Suraj. He wants to know how to get prepared for first day of teaching.
First day of teaching.
First day for work, I think.
No, there is always a first time for everything. So the reason is you just go. If you are, in fact, I remember my first day of teaching. Actually, I was supposed to be joining AM Jain College. Of course, that didn't continue for long. It was a short-term kind of assignment. I didn't prepare anything. I was just given the textbook, whatever textbook to be discussed with the students. You just go meet with them, interact with them, have a kind of natural kind of spontaneous kind of thing. You have the joy of sharing. Automatically, the teaching will flow. Teaching is nothing but sharing. You learn certain things. You have grown up now, gathering so many things, and you want to share. A teacher loves sharing things.
Thank you,
It doesn't
sir.
require any special preparation. Just go like that, and just have your love kind of portals of love open.
Thank you, sir. And there's one more question to go. What are innovative methods in teaching?
What are
Innovative methods in teaching?
teaching? It is not only kind of confined to books. Okay, you need to kind of take them out of the books as well. You need to do a lot of research on your own. Suppose you want to conduct a class of, say, 45 minutes, you need to prepare at least about some 40 hours of educating yourself. Like you must have read about Churchill talking about when Churchill was invited, Winston Churchill was invited to deliver a speech. He asked, what's the duration of speech? If it is going to be 1 hour, I'm right away ready to come and deliver it. If it is going to be half an hour, I'll come tomorrow. If it is going to be 15 minutes, I'll come after 3 days. If it is going to be only 5 minutes, give me 1 week's time. Meaning what? It requires a lot of preparation to give the best of teaching. So here requires 1 week preparation for 5 minutes. So if you are going to 45 minutes, you need to spend so much of time. Okay, you need to have that 360-degree kind of learning from your side to kickstart that kind of interest. In fact, I remember our own class teacher, Mr. Rangarajan. He was our class teacher for English for the Tamil medium school. You know how he taught us English? He was an English teacher, but then he was drawing on the board a series of pictures, a tree, a bird sitting on the tree, and then the bird taking off from the tree, and then the bird on flight in the air, and then again it is descending and sitting on another. Okay, this is how he used to do that series of pictures, and they explain the tense part of it. He will say that the bird is sitting on the branch. The bird has taken off from the branch. The bird will be on flight for some more time. It will be, see how he's explaining. He is sitting, has taken off, will be, it will take some more time. This kind of all kind of tenses he used to describe okay, through his kind of not drawing on the board. An English teacher adopting drawing to convey this. So you need to find ways and means of exciting the student, basically. See, even you would have seen, no, some of the students who regularly miss the classes, they will not miss one or two teachers' particular classes. Why? The reason they say it is very interesting. You learn so many things from them, so they keep going over there. In fact, our history teacher used to talk about his job was to teach us history about Aurangzeb, Alauddin Khilji.
Sir, can you? Okay, so now let's.
Thank you, Ms. Niveta. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering a wonderful and informative session. I now call upon Ms. Vasanti, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Warm good evening to all of you. On behalf of our management and on behalf of our management, I take this privilege to propose this vote of thanks. I thank our guest speaker, Mr. Duraikannan, CEO of Infiniti Software, for giving us an informative and inspiring speech on reskilling. I thank our Joint Registers, Dr. Malini Pandey and Dr. Ramalingam, for all his support. I would like to place on records our sincere appreciation and thanks to Dr. Manivandan for all his encouragement and support. I thank all our participants who have been here this evening and amidst our technical failures, but I thank you again for being with us patient. And I thank our head of the department, Dr. J.M., for organizing, for giving us the support to organize this program. And I thank my colleague, Ms. Ramya and Ms. Niveda, for anchoring this program. I thank Ms. Technical Support, Ms. Akshaya, and Mr. Ganesh Babu. Thank you all and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, madam. At this happy moment, we would like to present our appreciation certificate to the chief guest. I request Ms. Akshaya to display the appreciation certificate. Thank you, Ms. Akshaya. Dear participants, the feedback assessment form will be available in YouTube discussion box. You are requested to complete and submit the form before today 7 p.m. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate for participation will be sent to register email within 3 working days. As per norms, we normally won't request speakers to share their PPT, but at the same time, this video will be ever available in our YouTube channel. Participants can view at any moment. We have come to an end of the program. Hope everyone has gained knowledge. With the satisfaction of presenting good faculty development program, we wish to sign off and meet you in the next program. Don't forget to submit your feedback form and subscribe our YouTube channel, Dr.M.G.R. University Face to Digital Learning, for further updates about our programs and videos. The end of a story is a new beginning for many others. On this note, let's conclude a remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable event, Art of Effective Teaching. On the behalf of Dr. M.G.R. University, we sincerely promise you that we will keep on organizing such proceedings related to the field with some more innovative ideas to nourish your mind and fill you with more knowledge. Stay tuned. Thank you.